You have a book the children love. You find a publication of this book written in Spanish. Since several of your students speak Spanish as their first language, you decide to share it with your class. You should not. A. Read this book to them in Spanish. It will confuse them. B. Read it immediately following reading the English version. C. Read it to the English-speaking students, they won't understand it. D. Read it to the Spanish-speaking students, you want them to learn English. Answer: B. Read it immediately following reading the English version. Reading a book to students in another language will not stunt the language development of any of your students and will, in fact, enhance it. If you plan to read a well-known book to them in another language, plan to read it to them on a different day than the English version. You want to assure children have a positive mealtime experience. What does that mean? A. They finish everything on their plates. B. You reward the children who eat all their vegetables. C. Allows children to stand up and roam around if that is what they want to do while eating. D. Adults sit at the table with the children and have pleasant conversation with them. Answer: D. Adults sit at the table with the children and have pleasant conversation with them. Mealtime should be a positive experience for children. They should be encouraged to try new foods, but not punished if they don't or if they don't finish everything on their plates. Adults should sit with them modeling good table manners and healthy choices. The adults should also facilitate conversation between the children. Which of the following would be a nonverbal and non-intrusive way to encourage the children in your class when they are making good choices? A. Tell them they are doing a great job, you are so proud of them. B. Giving the child a thumbs up. C. Saying woot woot whenever you catch them doing something kind. D. Ringing a bell when a child is doing a good job. Answer: B. Giving the child a thumbs up. Giving the child a thumbs up. As a teacher, it is good practice to develop some nonverbal, thus non-intrusive, ways to encourage your students. One example is a thumb up. You can catch a child making a good choice and quietly give them a thumb up. They feel encouraged and you can keep doing whatever you were doing. Your strategies can be as simple as a wink or a smile, it only needs to give quiet reinforcement to a little one. Of the following, what is a good example of creating a pleasant, welcoming classroom? A. Well-known children's show characters on the walls. B. Soft muted colors. C. Music on at all times. D. Children's art is displayed around the room. Answer: D. Children's art is displayed around the room. Your classroom should be a warm, welcoming environment for your students. Displaying the children's artwork shows you value their contribution and that this is their space. You can play music, but it should be non-intrusive and at a softer volume unless part of a lesson. You realize the importance of classroom rules. Who should create those rules? A. The teacher. B. The teacher and the center director. C. The children and their teacher. D. The children. Answer: C. The children and their teacher. While, as a teacher, you must have an idea of what you want the classroom rules to be, it is important to include the children in the development of those rules. You can guide the children to give you what you ultimately want the rules to be, but their involvement in the process will help them to both understand and embrace the rules. John is having a difficult day in his infant/toddler room. Several of the toddlers are more fractious than usual following the holiday weekend. John suspects that their parents were consistent about rest times during the break. After two toddlers getting into a ruckus over a toy, John pulls out a video and puts the toddlers down on mats in front of the screen. Some fall asleep and others watch quietly. What would be best practice in this situation? A. Keep the videos going until all of the toddlers fall asleep. They need their rest. When their parents pick them up, tell them to keep to rest schedules every day. B. Put all the toddlers down for naps and walk away. Darken the room. Keep them in their resting places for longer than usual so that they can get extra rest. C. Engage small groups of toddlers in a variety of activities, changing them when they become bored or fractious. Keep as close as you can to the regular daily schedule. D. After the video ends, let the toddlers who are still awake play on the computers, because this will keep them calm and quiet. Let the others sleep. Answer: C. Engage small groups of toddlers in a variety of activities, changing them when they become bored or fractious. Keep as close as you can to the regular daily schedule. Research has suggested that computer or video times should be restricted or limited for toddlers. While a video might keep them quiet or put them to sleep, it is not best practice. If children are engaged in fun activities, they will be less likely to be fussy. Taking them outside for some fresh air might also help. Keep as close as possible to the daily schedule, within reason, so that parents will be able to keep their schedules at home. Parents should be notified about the importance of rest and the recommendations concerning screen time. Who in your center should know what to do in case a child is injured? A. It's more important that everyone know to dial 911 in case of an emergency. B. Everyone on staff should be trained on first aid. C. The director and the lead teacher. D. All the teachers. Answer: B. Everyone on staff should be trained on first aid. Everyone who is employed in the preschool or daycare must be trained in first aid. It is important for all staff to be prepared in the case of an emergency, no matter how small or large. Your pre-K class is getting ready to go to kindergarten. What is a way you can help them prepare for this big change? A. Arrange a trip on a school bus to visit the local elementary school. B. Read many books on going to kindergarten. Invite and help lead conversation about what they are feeling. C. Tell them every day how proud you are of them and how ready they are to be in kindergarten. D. All the above. Answer: D. All the above. Your students have come to love and trust you over this past year. Your positive attitude toward this life event will help them feel more secure. Help them by encouraging them to discuss what they are feeling, by reading books to help them work through feelings and see that it will be all right, telling them you believe in them and that you're excited for them and know they are so ready to be big kids. Your opinion means a lot to them. If you can, arrange a trip. Some schools have open houses, but if they don't, this is a great way to help your students and their families transition. Which of the following is not a commitment of the dedicated professional early child care educator? A. Showing bias toward a particular group because it does not support the family structure. B. Providing quality education for all of the children in your care. C. Valuing the cultures of children in your care. D. Continuing professional development while in service. Answer: A. Showing bias toward a particular group because it does not support the family structure. Showing bias toward a culture, language, ethnicity, or family structure is unethical. Educators should be committed to providing quality education, continuing professional growth, and valuing the variety of cultures children bring to care. When applying for CDA certification, the applicant must indicate that the required training has been completed. How many hours of training are required in an area of certification? A. 100 hours. B. 480 hours. C. 120 hours. D. 10 hours. Answer: C. 120 hours. 120 clock hours of training are required for an area of certification. The applicant should include proof of completed training hours when submitting the application. 480 hours of work experience are also required. Mary is learning to write her name. She comes over and shows you what she has written. What she has written looks like scribble. What should you do? A. Tell Mary she needs to keep practicing. B. Tell Mary she has done a great job and maybe next time she can write her M a bit better. C. Tell Mary to take her time and it will look better. D. Tell Mary she's done a wonderful job and you are so proud of how she's learning to write her name. Answer: D. Tell Mary she's done a wonderful job and you are so proud of how she's learning to write her name. Children develop at their own pace. Mary is proud of what she has done and you should be, too. You are teaching her an important skill and you can support her, and all your children, by being patient and allowing each child to be successful in their own way. You can work with a child and help them write the letters, helping them to become better at that skill, but as they are gaining a skill, every effort deserves your praise and respect. Claire is an early reader. At the age of 3, she can read most of the picture books in Mariah's home care practice. During story times, Claire often asks to sit by herself and read. Mariah feels that Claire should participate with the group to develop interactions with text. In this situation, how would you advise Mariah? A. Let Claire sit and read alone. She already knows how to read and is not disturbing the other children. B. Insist that Claire sit with the group every day. It is most important for her to be a part of the group. C. Ask Claire to join the group on most days and encourage her to share her skills. D. Tell Claire that she needs to sit with the group to learn the skills that you are teaching. She can read on her own at home. Answer: C. Ask Claire to join the group on most days and encourage her to share her skills. Claire should not be made to feel self-conscious about her reading or singled out. She should be included in the group and encouraged to share the skills she has. Interacting with text in the group will help her acquire higher-order thinking skills. She might be given other time during the day to read on her own, or the whole group might participate in read-alone times, which will encourage all students to see reading as a valuable and enjoyable practice. Nina, a student in Chad's home care practice, has a habit of whining when she wants something. You have discussed this with her parents, who tell you that she does the same thing at home and they don't know what to do about it. In this situation, what would be the best course of action? A. Do nothing since the parents are letting Nina whine at home. B. Ignore the whining and give Nina what she wants. C. Tell Nina that it is hard for you to understand her when she talks that way and ask her to take a few minutes to calm down and tell you what she wants in another voice. Respond positively when she does. D. Ignore Nina completely. When responding to other students, tell them that you like the way they ask for what they want. Point out that Nina is not asking correctly and that the other students should ignore her when she whines. Answer: C. Tell Nina that it is hard for you to understand her when she talks that way and ask her to take a few minutes to calm down and tell you what she wants in another voice. Respond positively when she does. This might be a hard habit for Nina to break since she is using it successfully at home. Making Nina aware of the issue is the first step. She may not even realize that she is whining. Next, give her some time to consider her actions and try asking again. She may need to be given some examples and time to practice. When she does ask appropriately, the response should be positive and affirming. She should not be shamed in front of the other children or completely ignored. Michael is helping you clean up after snack. You ask him to put the napkins in the trash can, but he chooses, instead, to try to carry the drink pitcher and spills apple juice all over the floor. You should A. Put him in timeout, he did not follow your instructions. B. Sit him down and tell him he dropped the juice because he did not listen. C. Have him help you clean it up. D. Tell him to go play, you will clean it up. Answer: C. Have him help you clean it up. Michael was trying to help and, in doing so, spilled the juice. In cases like this, do not punish the child, tell him it's okay, and help him develop his self-help skills by helping you to clean up. If you do it together and you do not criticize him, he will learn it's okay to make mistakes. And cleaning up can be fun, not upsetting. Abby is still crying in the morning when her mother drops her off. She calms down after a bit, but the transition is difficult for her. What should you do to help her with her drop-off anxiety? A. Tell her she's going to be fine and remind her to put her book bag in her cubby. B. Greet her and her mother when they arrive. Be sensitive and caring to Abby's concerns and tell her the fun things you are going to do today. C. Tell Abby to say goodbye to her mother. Let her cry, she needs to cry before she can enjoy herself. D. Tell Abby she's a big girl and to stop crying. Have her help you set the table. Answer: B. Greet her and her mother when they arrive. Be sensitive and caring to Abby's concerns and tell her the fun things you are going to do today. For a young child, the anxiety they feel when their parents leave is very real to them. You must be sensitive to their concerns by naming them for them. For example, I know you are sad to say goodbye to you, Mom. Help them transition by helping them say goodbye to their guardian and identify some things they will be doing that day. To get CDA accreditation, the applicant must have A. For 80 hours of experience working with children whose ages and setting are the same as those chosen for your application. B. For 80 hours of experience working with children in any setting within 3 years of application. C. 500 hours working with children in a variety of age ranges across accreditation areas within 3 years of application. D. 50 hours in each area: center-based infant-toddler, center-based preschool, family childcare, home visitor, bilingual and special education. Answer: B. For 80 hours of experience working with children in any setting within 3 years of application. In order to gain CDA endorsement, the applicant must have 480 hours of experience working with children whose ages and setting are the same as the area of application. These must be earned within 3 years of application. You must work in a specific setting and age group. It's the holiday season and you have a lot of great ideas for your classroom. You are starting to feel overwhelmed because there just isn't enough time in the day to all the fun things you want to do. Which of the following is the best way to handle this as outlined by your CDA competencies? A. Cancel all but the necessary activities. If you try to do too much, your students will be overwhelmed. B. Ask for parent volunteers to come in and help run some of the activities. C. Have your assistant run the activities. D. Ask your director for extra staff in your room for the holiday season. Answer: B. Ask for parent volunteers to come in and help run some of the activities. One of the ways to develop relationships with your families is to invite them to be part of your classroom, and the holidays are a great time to have extra hands in your room. You are showing your parents you value them, respect their role in their child's education, and having fun at the same time. Which of the following is not an ethical responsibility of caregivers for children in care as detailed in the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct? A. Value each child's culture, language and ethnicity. B. Provide positive social and emotional environments. C. Avoid practices which are emotionally damaging, physically harmful, disrespectful or intimidating. D. Build rewards into the program for cooperative children and parents. Answer: D. Build rewards into the program for cooperative children and parents. Ethical conduct standards are guidelines for professional or responsible behavior. As defined by the ethical standards as set forth by the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct, caregivers shall not harm children in any way, shall value each child's culture, language, ethnicity, and family structure, and provide positive emotional and social learning environments which promote cognitive development. It's a very cold day and your director has given you a space heater to use to warm up your classroom. It's an older model and can get hot to the touch. She advises you to put it in the corner, out of the way. This is A. A great idea. The kids should not be cold at school. B. An unsafe condition. A child could get burned if she touched the heater. C. Okay, as long as you watch the children closely. D. Not a good place to put it. You should put it up on a table so the children can't reach it. Answer B. An unsafe condition. A child could get burned if she touched the heater. An unguarded space heater is a safety hazard in a classroom of children. Not only can a child burn herself, but if it is placed somewhere unsafe, like on a table, there is a potential for it to fall or be knocked over and hit someone. A child in your class, Sammy, falls during recess and gets a minor scrape. You give Sammy emotional support while cleaning and covering his wound. The other children are very concerned about Sammy and are asking a lot of questions. You should A. Tell them to go play, Sammy is fine. B. Answer the students' questions and talk through how Sammy might be feeling. C. Answer one question and then have Sammy go sit somewhere quiet so he can calm down. D. Take Sammy into the office and have him color until his scratch feels better. Answer B. Answer the students' questions and talk through how Sammy might be feeling. If a child is hurt, not only is the child with the injury scared, but it is reasonable for the other children to be concerned, too. Answering their questions and allowing Sammy to share his feelings will help them develop empathy and assure them their classmate is going to be okay. It is fall and your director wants you to do an outdoor unit that focuses on fall math. Which of the below would be a fun way to teach the children math concepts outside at this time of year? A. Gather leaves and sort them by size and by color. B. Work together in teams to fill a small bucket with acorns and pine cones. C. Do a scavenger hunt and during circle time, share your objects. Who has the biggest? Who has the smallest? Who found the most things? Who brought back the least? D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Fall is a wonderful time of year to have the children outside and exploring. You can incorporate every area of your lesson planning into outside learning. Having the children count, sort, and quantify are great ways to slip math into a lesson without it feeling like a math lesson. The children will enjoy sharing what they've found or filling a bucket with exciting treasures from the schoolyard. When working with preschoolers who are toilet training, it's important to A. During circle time, congratulate all the students who stayed dry and remind those that had accidents to do a better job. B. Gently remind them regularly to use the facilities, be encouraging and supportive. C. Have them go back into diapers if they have too many accidents. D. Reprimand them when they have mistakes. They won't learn otherwise. Answer B. Gently remind them regularly to use the facilities, be encouraging and supportive. When children are learning to use the facilities, it's extremely important to their emotional well-being to be supportive of this large change in their lives. Be encouraging of their successes, provide positive reinforcement with star charts or other very tangible options. Children will be responsive to kindness and caring over punishment and fear. A child in your classroom, Jimmy, often exhibits behaviors that can be disruptive to the other students. You write notes home to help his mother monitor how his days go. Today you are very frustrated with Jimmy's behaviors. Which of the following notes would be the best way to advise his mother of his day? A. Jimmy had a horrible day today. You need to tell him to behave. B. If Jimmy does not behave tomorrow, he will miss recess. C. I am concerned about Jimmy's behavior today. When you have a minute, I would like to speak with you about it. D. Jimmy is not behaving in class and it is causing so much disruption. Please talk to him and let him know he needs to stop. Answer: C. I am concerned about Jimmy's behavior today. When you have a minute, I would like to speak with you about it. I am concerned about Jimmy's behavior today. When you have a minute, I would like to speak with you about it. From time to time, students will cause you frustration. No matter how frustrating their behaviors are, you must relay the information to the child's parents professionally, respectfully, and without judgment. Offering to be available to discuss the issues will help the parents work with you to find a solution and best help your student succeed. Miss Tanya has posted her classroom rules, however the children don't seem to be following them. What could be a reason for the children not following the rules she has outlined? A. The children don't know them, she has posted them but not gone over them with the students. B. The rules are not age appropriate, meaning the children don't understand what is expected of them. C. The children are children and sometimes need to be reminded of the classroom rules and how to best follow them. D. All the above. Answer: D. All the above. A good teacher will create the classroom rules with the students and the environment in mind. She will be sure to share the rules with the students before posting them and, where logical, get their input on what some classroom rules should be. Once posted, the teacher will go over the rules regularly to reinforce the students' learning of what is expected of them. When observing your students, you should: A. Be able to remember everything so that you can talk to the parents during conferences. B. Tell your director things you are seeing. C. Have a system to document students and their progress. D. Only document the positive growth. Answer: C. Have a system to document students and their progress. Observation is a powerful tool for an educator, however, it only becomes useful over time if the information recorded is documented. Documenting a child's progress, both positive and areas of concerns, allows you to continue to meet the needs of your students and adjust your curriculum and attention accordingly.